Welcome to The Navigator, where I provide insights, raise awareness, and challenge you to think critically about socio-economic and development issues and country. I titled this episode The Basket with Holes: Why Trinidad and Tobago Needs a Culture of Continuity. Every 5 years, Trinidad and Tobago elects a new administration. Sometimes the former gets back into office. Over the years, we developed a troubling and costly habit. A new government comes in, looks at what the last one built, and instead of asking, does this serve the people and the country? The question becomes, did they build it or did we? And if the answer is them, the project too often stops. Funding somehow dries up. Millions of dollars in equipment sit idle. The building becomes another skeleton and an eyesore in the landscape. Simply another reminder of money spent and promises left unfinished. It's time for us as a nation to be honest with ourselves and have what I call good, uncomfortable conversations. Take a drive around this beautiful country and you will see it. The evidence is before us. Half-built infrastructures. Some buildings have the frame up but no roof, windows or doors. Community facilities that opened once for a ribbon cutting and never again for the public. This is not a small thing. This is the national purse poured into a basket with holes. And then we wonder why the water never fills the economic tank. Let me give you one practical example, the kind we've all seen in some form. Imagine an administration begins constructing a district hospital. 80% of the structural work is done. Equipment has been procured. Staff have been earmarked for training. Then an election happens, and the new administration pauses the project, pending a review of the procurement process. That review is fair and should happen because taxpayers deserve integrity and transparency in how their money is being spent. However, 5 years pass and the review becomes the whole story. The hospital never reopens as a construction site. It becomes rubble, mold, and a talking point at election time. Meanwhile, patients from that district are still traveling for 2 hours to receive services that should have been available in their own district or community. Doctors still operate in outdated, cramped clinics, and patients wait for days on a stretcher due to wards being overcrowded. That is not accountability. That is waste. Now, here's what I find so instructive. Look around the world and you will find that many countries, even ones with fierce political rivalry, still manage a surprising degree of continuity in some forms. Not always because it is written into law, but because it has become part of their political culture, an unspoken agreement that some things are simply bigger than any one individual or party. Singapore is often cited for this, as its long-range infrastructure and housing plans tend to survive political transitions because the civil service and planning institutions carry them forward, not just the party in power. The United Kingdom offers another version of this. Its permanent civil service is built specifically so that policy delivery does not collapse every time governments change or when ministers change. The machinery of the delivery largely continues. Let's look closer to home at two of our largest neighbors in this hemisphere. In the United States, the interstate highway system stands as one of the clearest examples of continuity in practice. Every president since Eisenhower signed the Federal Aid Highway Act of 1956. Succeeding administrations have honored the original bipartisan commitment. Multiple party changes in the White House and Congress for decades, and the project never stopped because it was understood and framed as national infrastructure belonging to the nation, belonging to the people rather than a party achievement, and it tends to survive transitions. When Canada Health Act was passed in 1995 with unanimous support from Parliament, it has been upheld through liberal and conservative governments ever since. Universal health care became a matter of national identity, not partisan preference, and it is not up for renegotiation every election cycle. It is protected and continues because both sides agree it serves the people first. Botswana is a striking African example. Multi-year national development plans have carried infrastructure and education investments across different administrations for decades, precisely because the plans are treated as national commitments, not party trophies. And even in countries with deep coalition politics like Germany, incoming governments typically honor major infrastructure and social commitments made by their predecessors because unwinding them is understood to cost the public more than it would cost any party's pride. Notice the patterns in each of these examples. From Washington to Ottawa to Gaborone to Berlin, continuity was a choice, a discipline, an intention, a decision that places citizens and country before the political party and ego. Let me be clear about what these examples are and what they are not. These are general illustrations meant to offer insight into how continuity can serve both the people and the nation. They do not suggest that within these countries, projects were never stopped, closed, or changed. Every nation has its own record of starts and stops. What these examples, however, show is a broader culture of preserving what serves the public and the common good, regardless of who is in the office. Let's talk about what we can do right here at home. I want to offer 3 basic steps. Step 1, separate the project from the politician, from the party. Every major public project should be evaluated on its own merit by an independent technical body, not by which administration initiated it. Ask questions. Is it beneficial? Is it accessible? Is it advancing the country? These are some of the questions that matter. Step 2. Protect continuity through legislation, not sentiment. We need a national projects continuity framework, one that requires any incoming administration to complete a formal cost-benefit completion assessment before any project can be paused or cancelled, with public reporting on that decision. Step 3. Separate investigation from obstruction. If there are genuine concerns about procurement or corruption, investigate the process, prosecute when necessary, but let the physical project continue under proper guidance and with proper oversight. Punish the wrongdoing, not the people who are still waiting for a hospital bed or a classroom to sit in. Because here is something that we need to consider. When we cancel projects rather than correct processes, we are not punishing corrupt individuals, We are not punishing political parties or disgracing them. We are punishing citizens twice. Once when their tax dollars built something they never got to use, and again when austerity measures arrived because the national purse could not absorb the waste. This is not about protecting any political party, and I am certainly not defending any administration, past or present. I am defending the taxpayer, the citizenry, and our future. I am defending the mother in point 14 who is still waiting on a clinic, on a space that is not cramped. I am defending the child in Sandy Grande whose school has been under construction longer than the child has been alive. I am defending the thousands of citizens who have applied for a home and may never get one. I am defending my future, my children's future, and progress demands continuity. It demands that we remove the politics from public infrastructure and place citizens back at the center where they belong. That is the conversation for today. Until next time, let's keep building a country where every dollar spent moves us forward, not backward. And drop in the comments what you would like me to discuss next. You have been listening to The Navigator with Shrina Alexander Benjamin. Like, comment, share so that others can be part of the conversation. And let us navigate the journey of co-building our countries together.